Come on in! Time travel is always risky. Some people will say that sometimes it's worth it because you can stop disasters from happening, but some people will also say that you aren't really fixing your time, but causing another branch to happen while your original timeline stays the same. Either way, to me it's worth the risk to make sure, in the least, that other people won't go through what you had to go through. As I ride in the truck and see the green sights of this Hoenn region, I'm reminded of my own being frozen over with ice everywhere. People are struggling with food and shelter, and some Pokemon made it through while others did not make it at all. I think of my mission as the professor talks to me over the Pokenav, to stop Team Aqua, Archie, and even more important, Kyogre. I arrive in Little Root Town, breathing in the smell of trees and sun which I have never known. I go around the town to find the professor, and I find his daughter instead. She was never really around, trying her hardest to help those in need. After May says that her father was in the route above town, I go there and start to hear things. I see Birch being attacked by Zigzagoon, which makes me look for the Pokeballs to help him in his time of need. In my original time, the only type of Pokemon I could learn and use was normal, ice, dark, fighting, and steel type. There were other types, but so few far in between that I'd rather stick to what I know versus chancing something so I couldn't complete my mission. I grab the Meanfu that Birch had and quickly defeat the Zigzagoon to rescue Birch. He tells me to check on May, who is checking out some Pokemon, which I gladly will help with. We find her above Odell Town, and after a friendly battle I return with her back to the lab. Birch gives me my Pokedex, and while May gives me some Pokeballs which will let me catch some more Pokemon. We talk to Sheik or Meanfu about our mission, as I feel like all my Pokemon should know about helping me to complete it to the best of our ability. She took it really well, which is good because I know that she'll be leading the team to help show my Pokemon the ropes. We do get to Whismur at 103, and I see such a young innocence in her. We name her Wave, and we continue on our way to Route 102 to come upon a Seedot. Now, I know that Seedot is not a dark type at the moment, but it does evolve into a Nuzleaf and Shiftry, which are dark types. I go ahead and catch Leaf, or the Seedot, because it will evolve into a Pokemon that I'm comfortable with using relatively quickly, so it's all good. We meet our dad in Pillarberg, who asks us to help Wally catch a Pokemon. I remember Wally actually showing me how to catch my own Pokemon in my own time. He was with May a lot of the time, but he was also around more than her. After I gave him the same advice that he gave me, he catches the routes, and then I continue on my way. I caught a Burmy trash version in Petalburg Woods with the same intent as Leaf, because with his Burmy will evolve into a trash Wormadam, which is a steel type. As I go to put Trash, or Burmy, in the box, we run into the rich trainer outside of Petalburg Woods, who takes down Sheik with a metronome ice ball. I will confess, I was so distracted about thinking about my goal and my mission that I didn't realize that Sheik was getting hit hard until it was too late. As I lay Sheik down to rest, I do get reminded of my own failures in my time, with me losing multiple Pokemon at a time. I need to remind myself that I am in the here and now, and that I need not let myself drift so that I can get to where I need to be. I thrashed the Team Aqua Grunt in Petalburg Woods to help the Devacor employee, which lets me continue to go beyond the Berry House to encounter Pidove. I tried to find a Pokemon before Petalburg Woods, which is Route 104, but I couldn't find a Pokemon I was comfortable using with. But the weird thing is that the route before Petalburg Woods and after Petalburg Woods are the same Route 104, which means that I can catch the Pidove. We name him Carrier, and when I explain what is really going on in my mission, it seems to be too much for his poor head, because it starts to coo and stutter real bad, and it seems like besides the Pokemon Center, I can't heal this bird at all. Great. We make it to Rustboro City and go past the gym to go get a few more encounters. I am only really able to get a Rattata, which I named Splinter, off of Route 116, and I have the same feeling about Splinter that I do with Wave, and that it having a young innocence. Either way, with this added to the team, we go into the Rustboro gym. It seems like in this timeline, everyone doesn't have the same Pokemon they would normally have, and it seems like the Pokemon also are not the same as they should be. Maybe it's a side effect of the time traveling, or maybe it is true that you go to a different branch instead of your own original timeline. With this in mind, we challenge Roxanne and wait to see what she has. She leads with a Kirlia, as we lead Carrier. I go for Leer first, because it seems like Kirlia only has Teleport. We do go back for a few turns with Leer and Teleport, and I'm thinking I might be able to set up with Wave after getting Kirlia's defense to -6, but then Kirlia goes for a Confusion, which crits, but doesn't drop me to below half. So I go ahead and use Quick Attack to knock out the Kirlia, while Carrier was still at good HP. Spritzy comes out after the Curlia, and we trade a light gust for Spritzy to confuse us with a sweet kiss. Carrier tries to go for Leer, which has Carrier hit itself in confusion to go into the yellow, and Spritzy hits it with an echoed voice. I also had this move on Wave, and it grows in power each time that it's used in a row. I am now worried about this move gaining more power, so I checked out both stats on both Splinter and Wave, and decided that Wave is better able to tank a boosted Echo Voice, which does do distant damage against Wave. I decided to trade Echo Voice blows with Spritzy, but Spritzy has been boosted by at least 2 times now, and it knocks out my Wave in 1 hit. I give a silent scream as I see the innocent leave Wave's cute eyes as it goes down. With small tears in my eyes at losing another Pokemon, I send out Splinter. I'm now worried about the 3 times boosted Echo Voice hitting Splinter, so I go for a quick attack for chip damage, but Spritzy luckily goes for a Sweet Kiss to confuse Splinter, which I'll take because that means that Echo Voice is now no longer boosted, and now I might have a better chance. I decide to risk the confuse hit, which does pay off as I go for a quick attack as Roxanne heals with a potion. I decided to keep going for damage, but Splinter does hit itself in confusion as Spritzy starts to use Echoed Voice again, dealing good damage to knock Splinter into the yellow and proc our held Oranberry. Splinter does break free of the confusion, which lets it hit off a quick attack as Spritzy keeps going for Echoed Voice. And my rule said I can have potions that the game has, which means that since Roxanne has 2 potions and used a potion, I have 2 potions and I can use them. I decided to go ahead and give Splinter a potion to hopefully take another boosted Echo Voice, which happens as this one doesn't put us into the yellow HP. Splinter hits with another quick attack into the Spritzy, knocking it out and winning us the gym fight. With this win, we get the first badge to help us complete our mission into saving this timeline from the frozen wasteland that it might become. We get Dragon Breath from Roxanne, and then we go to the Pokemon Center to lay Wave to rest. We do hear a commotion from the Devon Corps and a Team Aqua Grunt, but I'll deal with that later. We put Wave to rest in the box, and we decide to do some R&R, some training, before we continue with our journey.